Hey, what is up guys, my name is George and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to talk about the 3 biggest mistakes traders make and you have to stop right now if you want to be a profitable trader. And also I'm going to mention in this video how to properly increase your position size that you can make more money. So if you want to be a profitable trader and join that 10% minority who makes money consistently, then keep on watching. Okay, we're gonna start with the number 3 and go down all the way to the number 1. And the mistake number 3 is, of course, not using the stop losses. This is a typical mistake the new traders make when they're starting up trading. They are not using the stop loss. And you have to look at the deeper meaning, the reason why they don't want to use the stop loss. And the most common reason is, of course, that they do not want to lose. Because when you lose, that makes you feel bad about yourself, and as humans we're designed that to avoid the discomfort. When you're not using stop losses, you're gonna have a more winning trades. It can last for a number of months and sometimes even years. And then once that happens, let's say you've gone for the good few months, you've been making money, banking profits, and your account balance is slowly going up and up and up. Basically what you're doing in here is very dangerous because you are tricking yourself that, oh, I'm already became the profitable trader, and it can be in after the 3-4 months that you've been consistently making that profits, then you're tricking yourself that, okay, I already cracked the code and I became the profitable trader. But that would be very, very unlikely someone who's been trading for 4 months that they figured it out and they became a profitable trader. The reason why not losing is, or you're not having these losing trades, is because you're not using the stop losses. So what you're doing here is you are delaying the inevitable. Okay, so let me explain. Normally when you put the trade, it can go against you for some time, and when you don't have a stop loss, you're not gonna get stopped out. So it's gonna go against you and then you're gonna turn around and go to your favor, and that's where you're probably gonna close your trade and bank the profit. Even if it's a small one, it gives you that dopamine rush that, okay, I made whatever the amount, even if it's a small amount, and you bank that small profits. And when it lasts for the period of time, you already get used to it and it feels good, and obviously you do not want to lose. And when it's going such a long time, you already have that mentality that, okay, maybe I can't even lose because I'm not using stop losses and all that. But when you put that trade, it's gonna happen. It's not if gonna happen, but it's definitely gonna happen at some point. It's just a matter of time, and that time is just, it can be long time. It can be like a few months, and it can be sometimes a year. So when that's gonna happen is when you put the trade and the market goes against you, you're gonna be sitting there waiting that, okay, at some point it's gonna turn around. But there will be that time when it's not gonna turn around and it's gonna start going against you. Against you is not gonna turn around, which at that point is gonna be, you got either 2 choices. You're gonna leave the trade on, and then eventually you're gonna hit that margin call, or the pain of that loss, whatever your running loss is. Let's say if you have 10k account and you are sitting in a minus 8,000, depending how much you're going to handle that pain. So if it's your maximum threshold of the pain is 8,000 and you see that your balance is minus 8,000, then you're going to close that trade, which is going to go to the minus 8k. Okay, at this point you might say that, okay, I know what I'm doing, I'm very disciplined, and I even have the maximum loss ratio. So maximum loss ratio means something, let's say if you are willing to risk £200 per trade, and then you have that in mind that I have this the maximum ratio. So if the trade goes against me to that amount, for instance £200, then I'm gonna close the trade. I'm just going to close the trade and take the loss. Then I would say that if you have the maximum ratio, why don't you just put the stop loss right from the beginning or in the opening the trade to the £200, and then just keep it that way. And if the market goes against you, it will close automatically. Well, the other reason could be that the market can rally against you and then come back to the same place. But the thing is, you do not know if the market is going to come back it or not. You're underestimating human emotions. Yes, you are saying that if the market goes against me and all that, I'm going to just close the trade and take that loss. It sounds easy when you know experiencing that emotions. Everything sounds easy. You know that yeah, you're going to do that. But knowing and executing is two very different things. Yes, you might know all these things, but to actually execute on that is a very different thing, especially when the strong emotions are involved. And when you're a new trader, your trader mindset is not developed yet. You can't really trust that judgment that, oh, if I see that happening, I'm just gonna close the trade. As simple as that. It's easy to say now because you're not experiencing that emotions. So once you're gonna start going through that, then it will be very difficult to do that, because you're gonna have that, oh, I'm gonna wait a bit longer if maybe the market's gonna go up to that, whatever the resistance level, and it's gonna turn around. But there will be that point and it's not gonna turn around. And the mind is very good at tricking us. We have something called biases, right? There's, I think it's in total it's about 104 biases, if I'm not mistaken. And one of them is the Optimist Bias. You can Google it, it's quite interesting. There's a lot of biases, and when we trade, all the biases comes into play. Obviously not all 104 of them, but there's a few of them that comes into play when we are trading. So one of them is the Optimist Bias. The Optimist Bias is basically when you have the losing trade running and you're hopeful that that losing trade is gonna become a winner, and even though everything is suggesting the otherwise. And this is where your optimist bias comes in, because you're hopeful on that trade that at some point it's going to turn around and yeah, it's become a winner. Even though everything says whatever the trend is, again, you trading against trend, maybe whatever that all the indicators saying that, okay, this is going one way and it's unlikely it's going to turn around. So you're just keeping that optimism that yes, it will at some point turn around, and it can cost you quite a lot. So you can't underestimate your human emotions, and as I said, the mind is very good at tricking us. So you can't just rely on that. Even though I know all these things, I don't rely on that, because there could be something, and then I might just say I'm gonna wait a little bit. So I don't put myself into that position from the start. So when I take the trade, I already have my stop loss, already everything is set right before taking the trade, not after you jump in and you're thinking like, oh, should I put the stop loss in here, or should I use the stop loss? Where's my take profit? When I take the trade, I know already where's my stop loss, where's my take profit, and if maybe I wanna leave it to break the position, I know where to do that. So I already have that pre-selected way before I even take the trade. So I do my analysis prior taking the trade. When you use stop losses, yes, you will have more losing trades than the winning trades. But if you manage your risk, then you will make money at the end. So that's why we are here, to make money, not to be right. It doesn't matter how many times you're gonna be right. If you can't make money, it does not matter. So we are in here to make money, not to be right. And the other thing you're doing, you are armoring your mind against the losses. So when you're using the stop loss, you're taking that losses over and over again. You're armoring your mind against losses. So you will be less affected to the losing trades. And what you're doing as well is you are just improving, you're working on your trader mindset. And that is the single most important thing. Your mindset is that dictates you're gonna make money at the end or not. And when you train your mind constantly, then you will become stronger, and you armor your mind, and you're gonna be less affected in the losing trades. You're gonna be less emotional when trading, and that's when you gain the control. That's where you're gonna start making money. And the biggest mistake number 2 is doubling your position size. Have you ever played a casino roulette online, and after losing a number of times, you probably Googled it, how to beat the roulette, how to beat the casino, and you come across with the article suggesting that if you double your position size, you're gonna make up the losses. Well, that's not entirely true, and because I've tried it and I know it, and I lost quite a bit of money. That was a very long time ago, but I learned my lesson. Well, guess what? When it comes to trading, you can have more losing trades, and if you mess around and start doubling your position size, it's gonna do more harm than good. So yes, you can get lucky and make up the losses back, but how far you think you can go before losing already on a doubled position size, and how long you think your account balance gonna allow it to keep doubling on that position size? There is nothing wrong with increasing or decreasing position size. However, it has to be planned and incorporated into your strategy, not just increasing your position size because you feel like it or you want to make more money. Decide how much you're gonna risk per trade and keep it consistent. And then plan when you're gonna increase or decrease the position size. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you have a £10,000 on your brokerage account. Pounds, euros, dollars, doesn't really matter, whatever currency you are trading. And you're risking 1% per trade. So let's say if you have 10,000, 1% of the 10,000 is £100. And if you made £1,000, then you can increase that £100 into £110. There's gonna be still a 1% because you're gonna have already 11,000 on your account and you're risking 1%. So 1% of the 11,000 is 110. And contrary, if you lose 1,000, then you can decrease that position size. And the mistake number one is jumping out of the trades to bank quick profits. So unless you are scalp trading, there is no way you can justify doing so. And the number one reason why the traders, especially the beginner traders, do that is because of the fear of loss. I'm not going to cover this in this video because I'm covering into more details in this video, so make sure to check this one out. But the other reason is obviously you want to feel good, and when you take and bank the quick profits, even though the smallest profit, it makes you feel good. But what you're not seeing in here is a bigger picture. You can jump in and out of the trades and bank these small profits, but how it's going to affect in the next 100 trades. So you have to always look at the bigger picture, not just like what is going to happen in this particular trade. This is not a decisive factor if you manage your risk. So if you manage your risk, the next 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 trades, it doesn't really matter if you are managing your risk and you have your risk contained, then it's fine. What the most traders, or the beginner traders at least, they're banking these small profits, and their equity curve is something like this. It goes up, 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 and then they come to the point that we're gonna have that big loss and just looks like this. So it's slowly going up and then you have a sharp down. So you do not want that. So that's why you have to manage and you have to plan the trades. You have to have a plan. How are you gonna take the trade, your entries, what you're looking for, what type of trader you are, etc, etc. So when you're jumping in and out of the trades and you're taking these small profits, you're not really seeing of the bigger picture that in the next 100 trades, if I'm gonna continue to do so, it's not gonna reflect good on my account balance. Because yes, you can have, let's say you're gonna have, especially if you're not using the stop losses, you can have 100 trades in a row, which is profitable. So let's say a small profit, right? So you just go into the trades and you bank in this couple of pips, and then you made this 100 trades, which is all of them profits, and you made whatever the X amount of money. So when you take that 101st trade and it becomes a losing trade, it will wipe out entire gains which that made that 100 winning trades. So you have to be careful when you do that. Yes, it might make you feel good at that time, but always look at the bigger picture, always look at the further away. So in the next 100 trades, if I keep doing this, it's not gonna be good for my account. So not just keep your bigger picture in mind, or write it down and put it next to you, next to the screen where you can see it all the time. So when you take the trades and you think like, oh, I'm gonna bank the quick profit because it's maybe turn around and I'm gonna take the loss, you can have a look at that note you made that, okay, yes, I'm gonna feel good if I close this trade and it's gonna make me feel good at that time, but I know that in the next 100 trades it's gonna go back and bite me. So make sure to write it down and put it next to it. So by making all or some of these mistakes can trick you into believing that you have become a profitable trader. But what you're actually doing is you're just putting yourself at the mercy of the market. Anyway, make sure to smash the like on this video, as well as if you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe. I upload regular content on YouTube. If you want me to make some kind of other videos, just let me know in the comment section below. Have a great day, and I will see you guys in my next video.